making moves, yo.
Flagship killers. And while talking about this term, we all know that OnePlus is the brand who pioneered this flagship killers. But now they slowly moved on from that segment to the actual flagship itself. Now in 2020, if you need a good OnePlus device, you need to spend around 45,000 Indian rupees. But it's not that case since the past 3 months have been so exciting as OnePlus suddenly said that they are going to create a project called as the Nord, in which they are going to unveil a product which is under the 25,000 to 30,000 price category of the mid-ranges. And this is not going to be a flagship killer, but a pure, good looking mid-ranger. And also they nailed in the marketing strategy as they have introduced 3 blind pre-orders in which people ordered for this OnePlus Nord before actually seeing them, and that created more hype about the OnePlus Nord. And finally we have the mid-range device that is so much expected till date, which is the OnePlus Nord. So here we have the device with us itself for the review, and in this video I'm going to say you pretty much the first impressions and my first opinion at this OnePlus Nord. And by the way, this is not the full review, it's just my first opinion and my first impressions about the OnePlus Nord. So I have the 8GB and 128GB variant with the grey onyx color. So I'll be reviewing this particular smartphone in the coming days, but this is the first glance and the first impressions. So hey guys, you are watching Tech Arena and I am Arnav here, back again with yet another video. And in this video, as I said, we are going to take a look at the first impressions of the OnePlus Nord. So if you're watching our channel for the first time, do consider smashing the like button, subscribe and also press the bell icon so that you get to have the notifications of the content which I make in my channel. Now let's move on to the first impressions. In almost every smartphones, when we buy it, we first notice its packaging, and OnePlus Nord actually nailed in its packaging too. The first time when I received the box, I felt so excited that the box was hefty, the box was big, the box had the blue color aesthetics of the OnePlus Nord branding, which created more buzz and hype in unboxing it. So after unboxing it, the device was the first to come out, and then came the documents with the OnePlus stickers, the red cable membership card, so on. And then came the power brick, which is a 30-watt OnePlus Warp Charge 30T with the USB Type-A to USB Type-C cable. Now here, I just wanted to have something unique as the OnePlus Nord's branding is actually of that blue color. So I expected that OnePlus could sport in a blue color cable instead of this red color. But I can totally understand that red is their traditional color. Anyways, let's take a look at the device itself. So the device has the glass back and the glass front. So when I hold this device for the first time in my hand, man, it didn't feel like a cheap mid-ranger. So when you compare it to the competitors like the Realme X3 or the Pocophone X2 Pro and something like that, the way this smartphone held in my hands was absolutely stunning. It actually felt like a premium smartphone as it had the traditional OnePlus glass back with the OnePlus branding on the middle and the OnePlus branding on the below with the words. So on the front you have a 6.4-inch 1080p AMOLED display with a HDR10 Plus support. And I repeat, HDR10 Plus support. And I saw many reviews, many first impressions in which they failed to mention that this device actually supports HDR10 Plus, which is actually really great in terms of the price this device is offered in, because there are a lot of competitors in this price segment and they don't simply offer this HDR support. And that's when this OnePlus Nord's display stands out. On the front you have the selfie shooter, which is a dual camera with a 32 megapixel main sensor and an 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor. I'll talk about the cameras in the later part of the video because it's what is really important to talk about. And on the back you have the glass back, and the color which I have is grey onyx. So the color is actually looking great. It actually reflects the light in many different ways, so it's reflecting and quite good. So it has the quad camera setup with the main sensor being the Sony IMX586 with optical image stabilization. And the secondary sensor is an 8 megapixel ultra wide sensor, and the third sensor is a 5 megapixel depth sensor, and the fourth is the useless macro sensor, which is of 2 megapixels. As I said, I'll talk about the cameras in the later part of the video, and Regarding the I/O, there is no 3.5mm headphone jack. You can grab a USB Type-C to 3.5mm, I guess, to solve this problem. Well, OnePlus actually made many undercuts to cut off the price of this device to make it a mid-ranger. We'll talk about that also in the later part of the video. For now, let's see what is the specs that is powering all this. So this OnePlus Nord comes in with the Snapdragon 765G with the 5G support out of the box, and it has an 8GB and 128GB variant, a 6GB and 64GB variant, and also an 8GB, a 256GB variant. Now the battery of this device is about 4115 mAh battery with the support of Warp Charge 30T. So this smartphone charges in 30 watts of fast charging. And in terms of the battery performance, it's really good because I've been using this device for the past 3 days and I didn't feel any issues in the battery. While seeing this device, we can actually feel that OnePlus nitpicked those parts to actually fit in that price range, and I can see that the display is some of the best in class, as it has got the 90Hz refresh rate, it has got a 1080p AMOLED display, it has got the support for HDR10+, which actually makes a better display at this price range when you compete the competitors. And the back of the device is actually premium. It has glass. It is not actually plastic, it is a real glass, but OnePlus has cut the cost by using a plastic rim in the body by metal coating it, thus giving a good metallic feel. But the buttons on the OnePlus Nord is actually metal. The rim of the smartphone is plastic coated with metal, so it gives you a metallic finish. And there are some places in which OnePlus clearly had undercut to reduce the cost. In first one is the UFS 2.1 storage. Now there are a lot of smartphones like the Realme X3, the Realme X2 Pro offering the UFS 3.1 faster storage options. But then OnePlus actually managed to cut the cost by reducing the UFS 3.1 to UFS 2.1. That's a bit of a bummer. You won't be able to notice that much of thing until and unless you have used a 3.1 storage device before. And the cameras, I can clearly say that OnePlus also managed to reduce the cost in terms of sporting a bad camera. And I know the sensor is same as the OnePlus 8, but it does not process at the same level of the OnePlus 8. So I'll talk more about the camera on the review section, but for now the camera is not so good. I think you can use a Google camera to get better results, and I'll be also doing a Google camera versus a stock camera comparison in my channel. So make sure you stay tuned in our channel so that you get to see all the videos regarding this OnePlus Nord. For now, it runs on Android 10 based on Oxygen OS 10.5. So it seems that they have promised us a 3 years of Android update, which normally in this price range is not offered by any of other smartphones. And 3 years of Android updates, it's good. It's really great. And what I must say that it's UI, and OnePlus is the best UI that I've used in my life. I've used many bloatware UIs like the Redmi's MI UI, the Oppo's FunTouch OS, the Realme UI, etc. and etc. But I didn't feel as comfortable as using a OnePlus device with the Oxygen OS. And oh man, it didn't have any lag, and especially with that 90Hz refresh rate, it is so satisfying to scroll down the menus, read some articles and stuff. It really keeps us satisfying. And talking about the security and stuff, it has an optical fingerprint reader underneath the display, so it is the traditional 2D camera which scans a fingerprint and so on. It's not so safe, but yeah. And apart from all these undercuts, sacrifices that OnePlus has made, I feel that this is a great mid-range device. And I've been using this device for the past 4 days as my daily driver, and I didn't feel annoyed even a single time. The user interface is pretty much good. The camera works pretty much good for my use case, and even the gaming performance is also decent, although I won't suggest you to buy this smartphone for gaming. But everything in detail will be shared with you in my full review of this OnePlus Nord, and there are a lot of videos that are going to come in our channel about this particular device. The Google camera versus stock camera comparison, the gaming testing of the OnePlus Nord, and the full review. So my initial impressions were, it is a great device. It is very comfortable in our hands to hold, and a great user experience at 25,000 rupees. And that's what I want as a casual user, and I'm not a hardcore gamer too. So I think the OnePlus Nord is really great device, despite that there are a lot of negative reviews that are coming in. I like the device as a mid-range. So yeah, that's it for the first impressions, and hope you like this video. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so that you get all the notifications whenever I post any new video in my channel. For now, this is me Arnav signing off on the video. Until the next one, stay home, stay safe, take care. Bye-bye.